Good morning. Hope you slept okay. Right, so the plan today is to ride into Paris. Now, Paris is known for being a bit mad with traffic. There are some cobbled streets to contend with, and parking might be a little tricky, lots of confusing one-way systems. At least that's what ChatGPT told me. But I'm leaving at 7 or half 7 in the morning, so hopefully I'll miss some of the rush. I've got sat-nav, so I don't have to know where I'm going, and I have a spirit of adventure. Right, let's get set up. And I have to say something different than hit the road. Let's allez. Yeah, one of my favourite features of the Nox trousers is we can put the armour in from the outside like this without having to take your trousers off. I think we can all agree that's a very good thing. What a beautiful day to be in France. Our first challenge will be to get out of the campsite. Merci, bon voyage. Thank you, have a nice trip. Whoa! What just happened there? Okay. First and hopefully only time. You caught me. Right on the right, right on the right. You dummy. Right, we're actually further out than I thought. We're 2 hours outside of Paris, so I will arrive just in time for rush hour. Maybe I'll stop off somewhere on the way, and there's bound to be lots of lovely stuff to see. We're approaching from the west, which I believe is the area called Versailles. For a brief moment there I thought, why is this man on the wrong side of the road? Is it a one-way street and I'm going the wrong way? No, it's a one-way street and I'm going the correct way. Idiota. I should say that's 2 hours into the centre of Paris, right to the word Paris on the map, so I'm sure half of that will be in the city itself. It is a beautiful morning. It's a little bit chilled, which will be the perfect temperature before long. The sun is out. You can hear birds tweeting. Off to warm up. In fairness, I do need coffee. Right, just stopped off for fuel and to change into cooler gear. Again, haven't I? Yeah, I have. So, the rule for today is you can go wrong as much as you like. No pressure. Just take care of your lanes and surroundings. Speed limits, pedestrian crossings, one-way systems, and all the rest. But you can go wrong as much as you like. We've got all day. Ooh. Okay, at 900 meters, we turn left. Oh, there. What's going on? Oh, it's like the Born Identity around here. Hey, look at this! Crossing the Seine. Kate was telling me they're not really sure whether they can hold the Olympic triathlon swimming in the Seine because it's just too dirty. Okay, I'm turning Paris Centre. Turning right here. Ooh, what's that? You know what I've noticed is a lot of the police here are a lot cooler than our I didn't say that, sorry. Some of the police here are very cool. For example, riding motorbikes with, you know, normal leathers and stuff, looking like a normal biker until the blue lights flash. All sorts of weirdness going on today. We're only a few days before the opening of the Olympic Games. Now, I haven't seen it yet. That first glimpse you catch of the lady, there it is. I see it. Oh my god. I don't know if you can on this wide lens, but there she is, right up ahead. It's official. I've ridden my bike to Paris. Traffic so far has been okay. The police and emergency services know how not to crash into you, and you just let them do their thing. Bloody cool. See, they do this on the continent. They'll ride bikes and mopeds and things with just a suit on, or shorts or t-shirts or such. And it's all very well, but if you come off, it really, really will hurt. I'm an at-gat kind of guy. So far, traffic, nothing like I anticipated. I took my sweet time getting here this morning, stopped off for a little breakfast. So, I think I'm here after rush hour rather than before, which is great. Ooh, look at that balloon. I've got these panners on, I don't know exactly how wide I am. Waiting to cross La Pente Mirabeau. Okay, yeah, traffic is a bit mad at these junctions, especially where the police have blocked bits off and people are trying to get around. But you can do it. I'm turning left somewhere. I'm not being quite as cheeky as the Paris mopeds and motorbikes. Those guys are just mad. Or brave, depending on who you feel like complimenting. Okay. Turning left here. As are lots of people. Here we go. Oh, look. Oh, we can't go that way. That's blocked. Straight on is blocked. We're going to have to go right. So far, so good. I can't get any closer to the Eiffel Tower. The roads around it are all closed for the Olympics. So I'm going to find somewhere to park. That's the challenge. And go out on foot. Right, that right there looks like the spot to me. Yeah, that looks great. I'm going in there. That'll do nicely. So last time we were here, it was so cold at the top of the Eiffel Tower. It was warm enough down at the bottom. We didn't have jumpers and coats with us. But by the time we got to the top, we were freezing cold. It was so cold that it was Eiffel Tower. If it's really cold nowadays, that's what we say. So the whole park that you can normally sit in there has been turned into a sort of Olympic village or venue, so you can't get any closer than this without a ticket for the Eiffel Tower. It's always impressive. It surprises you just how huge it is. There we go. Got my souvenir. Great choice, huh? Key ring. So cool. Now I've seen a few travel vlogs, and if this was a proper travel show, which it is, I would talk about nothing other than what I eat and what I'm wearing all the time. What I'm wearing is not very interesting. I'm in my PE kit just because it's hot. But I decided to go in search of the best sandwich I could find, and I was in luck. The guy in the cafe, a very posh looking cafe, said this is the best salmon in the world, and I believed him. Well, look, le Botrosien, sacre bleu. Delicious. I'm sorry, I can't do a proper travel vlog. You have to look at one of the masses for that stuff. But this is yummy. Okay, that might have been the best sandwich in the world. I mean, a lot depends on context, I know, but it's French bread in Paris. The crust was crispy and the bread in the middle was soft. Excuse me. And the salmon was delicious. I'm no salmon expert. What would you call a salmon expert? Salmonella? No. Aficionado. But it was delicious. The salad was shredded cucumbers and tomatoes in a sort of slightly pickled. And then the sauce was a fromage, a soft cheese flavoured with capers. It was moist and delicious, and it was in Paris. So it might well be the best sandwich in the world. Is it the best sandwich in the world? Who can say? But if I'm starting to sound like Freddie Dobbs, believe you me, it's on purpose. The police here blow whistles. Every other vehicle on the road here is a police car or van, even the unmarked ones. All the public parks and places where you'd normally sit have been turned into Olympic venues. So it's just kind of wandering around tight spaces between fences and things today. But it's part of the experience. Is that a skate park on the river there? How cool. Do you have to get on with a boat or something? It's actually pretty hard to get anywhere today. All the famous landmarks have been fenced around and turned into venues. Right, thermometer is saying 27 degrees, but it feels hotter. Tell you what, getting the gear on when it's this warm is unpleasant. As soon as you start riding, it's okay. Let's go. Oh, that's better. Ah, moving along is good. Right. What a lovely walk around Paris. Short but sweet. There comes a point where you have to realise you're beaten. We can't get across the river. I'm going to go back west and go around. Okay, so getting out of Paris has been a little bit harder than getting in. Roads seem to be closing as we go. So I think I found a way out now. Yeah, to the right. I think we're okay. Hey, trains. Okay, coming up as the slightly sketchy parts. We've got quite a few road closures here. This scooter is going at 50 kilometers per hour. That can't be safe. Okay, so we're doing a sharp turn to the left. Okay. No, I think we're going. Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure. But that's okay, remember the rule. We can go wrong as much as we need to stay safe. Okay. I think I might have done right. I think I'm going up there. I am. Hey, this is steep. Whew. Lots of hill starts. I know it's not exactly very French, but I need a place to cool off, have an ice cream, sit and read a book with some coffee in the shade. So I'm coming to Ikea. Great spot. I really needed a bit of a break, so I had a chance to charge my batteries, literally charge the batteries and read my book. Here's the thinky bit. If you're not into that kind of thing, you're just here for the motorbikes, feel free to skippity skip, but I will judge you. I'm reading this book called The Organised Mind, which so far is about how we process information and store it and retrieve it. Now, I learned a lot about cognitive load theory becoming a teacher, and I'm more and more aware of my own cognitive load. They say like 100,000 years ago, hunter-gatherer humans would only have encountered about 1,000 other human beings in their lifetime. Well, over here, you'll encounter that many in half an hour, you know? So we can't possibly process all the information that passes in front of our eyes. So our brains have this perception, literally like on Doctor Who, a perception filter that tells you what you can safely ignore and what you need to pay attention to. And it does a decent job most of the time. Like if something's moving towards you very fast, or if something has got black and yellow stripes, like a tiger or a wasp, or some caution tape, that's why they're those colours. Those kinds of things are going to command your attention. Now, most of your daily life, you do the same kind of things each day. So you tune it out and you get to ignore it. But on holiday, everything's new, everything's novel. I think that's why a lot of couples have arguments on holiday. It's not that anything's particularly wrong, it's just they can't have any more fun until they've had a little sleep and process the information. So I sometimes feel like a baby who's had a birthday party and everything's stimulating and new, and it's just too much. You've got to go have a little relax before you can take it in. Right, thinky bit over, back to riding motorbikes. Vroom, vroom. Right on the right, right on the right. 53 minutes back to the site. It may be rush hour. Never mind. Les enchantes. Hey, nice bike, sir or madam. That's the only other one of these I've seen. Oh, here comes the police. The footer out is the other thing that we do. If you pass on the left, not that I do, you're right, you use your right foot to wave because you can't use your right hand because that's on the throttle. See, learning all the time. Yeah, it's harvest time here. All these fields are being harvested, which I know is an important job, and a big job. Stop in the name of love. Who got me doing that? I think it might have been username Kate. 3 minutes, where me do that. Il faut que la bataille. Bravo, très bien. Camping les îles. Parc résidentiel de Luzes depuis. Uh-oh. Except we need the other door. This one. Oh, it's so fun. I am sincerely hoping that nothing has happened to my tent since I left. Total for today, 170 kilometers. What an amazing day of riding and an adventure. And thank you for coming with me.
I know a lot of people will say there's more to France than Paris, and you're absolutely right. In fact, there's a website I found today called franceisnotparis.com or something like that. On this bike, going at these speeds, the distance I've covered, I honestly don't know when I would have stopped to see every little village and town along the way. It does feel like this was a bit of a single-minded mission, but I'm honestly just so chuffed that that little bike got me all the way to Paris. I think it's so cool to be able to travel over land and sea without flying in the air. Jet travel is weird. It's like teleporting. It's like you're not really traveling from one place to another. You get into a metal tube and you get out the other side in a completely different place. But if you feel every bit of the ground under your feet or under your wheels, there's something special about that. I love riding through Paris today. It wasn't nearly as difficult as I imagined. Maybe there was less traffic because all the Parisian drivers knew to stay away from the centre, but I don't know. There were so many roadblocks. I saw a few places I couldn't go at first, and then I tried to get further north, and then I looked out at the map and there were lots of roadblocks. Basically, the city centre's kind of shut down. Every major monument or place that you might know, or park or gallery, has been turned into a venue of some kind, and the Olympics starts in a few days. So maybe it was a bit, maybe I wouldn't have even tried it if I'd known. But we made it. You know, it took a little bit of recalculating to get out of the city, more than it took to get in. But it was fun, and I did it. Right, join me on the next video where I'll be heading back up north. A bit more time this time because I don't have to, I can start straight away when I get up. Don't have to wait for the ferry first. Does mean I'll have a lot of riding on the last day. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you on the next one. God, I've turned into one of those people.